Ever dreamt of living like a Roman emperor? Lounging in a marble villa, feasting on exotic delicacies, surrounded by glittering gold and priceless art? It's an image of ultimate luxury, right? But what if I told you that behind every golden goblet, every silken toga, and every magnificent mosaic, there's a story written in blood, sweat, and tears? Today, we're peeling back the gilded facade of the Roman Empire to reveal the shocking, brutal reality that powered its legendary opulence. Let's start with the basics. Where did all this incredible wealth come from? The answer is simple and brutal: conquest. The Roman legions were not just a fighting force, they were the engine of the economy. Every new territory conquered meant a massive influx of loot. Gold, silver, precious stones, art, and even sacred artifacts were plundered and paraded through the streets of Rome in grand triumphs. These victories weren't just military wins. They were massive business transactions that funneled the wealth of the known world directly into the pockets of the elite. Generals and senators became unimaginably rich, building palaces that would make modern billionaires blush. But the most valuable resource they plundered wasn't gold, it was people. The Roman economy was utterly dependent on slavery. We're not talking about a small workforce. By some estimates, nearly a third of the population of Italy were slaves. These were the people who built the magnificent aqueducts and amphitheaters, toiled in the mines to extract the gold and silver, and worked the vast agricultural estates, the latifundia, that fed the empire. Think about the life of a slave in a Roman silver mine in Spain. The conditions were horrific. They worked in dark, cramped, and dangerous tunnels, often until they collapsed and died from exhaustion or accidents. There was no escape. Their short, brutal lives were spent digging up the very silver that would be minted into coins and crafted into the fancy tableware used at a senator's dinner party. The luxury of the few was directly built on the suffering of the many. And what about those legendary Roman feasts? We hear stories of dishes like flamingo tongues and stuffed dormice. But who do you think cooked and served all this? Slaves, of course. Highly skilled chefs were themselves valuable property. But for every pampered chef, there were thousands of kitchen slaves, servers, and cleaners. Their job was to cater to every whim of their master, day and night. A spilled drop of wine could result in a severe beating. The entire spectacle of a Roman banquet was a performance of power, a constant reminder to everyone present, slave and guest alike, of the master's absolute authority. Even the things we admire, like Roman art and architecture, have a dark side. The stunning mosaics that adorned villa floors, often laid by slaves with incredible artistic skill, who would never own anything beautiful themselves. The massive Colosseum, a wonder of engineering, built with the labor of tens of thousands of captives. And what was its purpose? To host spectacles of death for entertainment? Gladiators, most of whom were slaves or prisoners of war, were forced to fight to the death for the cheering crowds. The sand of the arena was soaked with the blood of men and animals, all for a day's amusement. This was luxury entertainment, Roman style. So, the next time you see a movie or read a book that glorifies the splendor of Rome, remember the cost. The Roman Empire was a marvel of engineering, law, and culture. But its golden age was built on a foundation of ruthless conquest, systemic exploitation, and human misery. The glitter of its gold was forever stained with the blood of the millions who were crushed beneath the weight of its ambition. The story of Rome isn't just about emperors and senators. It's about the forgotten people whose lives were sacrificed for a life of luxury they could never imagine. Thanks for watching. If you found this look into the darker side of history interesting, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell for more. See you next time.